The first one we're going to take a look at is a race we've already seen once. We watched it yesterday, but I said we'd be looking at the winner in due course, and here it is. Aesop's Fables. It looked an interesting race that the horse won, to say the least. Group 2, the Futurity is usually quite an informative race. Out in Ireland, it leads towards races like the National Stakes and then the Dewhurst, hopefully leading towards the Classics next season, which is the sort of point of this. Aesop's Fables, well, it beat one of ours already, Proud and Regal, and it also beat another highly touted one that we've not looked at yet called Hans Andersen that we'll need to win again, I think, before we look at it. And this one here, Aesop's Fables, it's again by No Nay Never. It's coming through that stallion a little bit, but it's not a stallion that sires classic winners. Find me one. You think I'm wrong? I'm looking at you all now. Yeah, I've even put my glasses up. If you find me a classic winner sired in Europe by No Nay Never, and then I'll say, yeah, that's one. Now find me another 4, just in case I'm wrong. But we've got to get our heads round that we might have to start chancing a few of these. Dominant stallion is a dominant stallion. It's just a matter of putting it with the right dams, and they will hopefully. They're at 7 furlongs now. How will this not stay a mile? You would think. You take a look at the pedigree of the horse. It's a very interesting pedigree, I think. It's one I didn't really like the look of straight away. As soon as I started looking at it, it's a half brother to a horse that's already at stud actually. Triple Group 1 and Group 2 placed, Group 3 and 4-time listed winner. Also trained by Aidan O'Brien, called Washington DC. And another horse he had that was quite highly touted at the time. All he could do with that is get it placed in 1 Group 3. And he's sold it to the Chinese lot now, called Sandhurst. The dam of it is actually listed placed. But then it sort of went wrong for me. The second dam won 3 out of 36 races and was rated 73 at best, which is half sister to a listed place horse rated up less than 100, called Escape Plan. But I actually do remember it's a Fretwell horse. I'm pretty certain I've backed it. 4th dam, Magic Flute, however, got us back on track a bit because she is a dual Group 1 winner, so it is in there. And she is also the second dam of a horse that was runner-up in the 1994 2000 Guineas. It won 2 Group 1s also, called Grand Lodge. That weren't a bad stallion, that. It's sired a few horses, a few stakes winners. So it's not without hope, this horse. You'll see there it's a 14B, if people look at it. I've actually managed to find this one through Grand Lodge already before I started to speed things up a bit. You'll see there's Grand Lodge there, and there's La Papagina, and there's Magic Flute. La Papagina would be half sister to that. Magic Garter is the second dam of this horse. She'd probably be half sister to the dam of the Grand Lodge, something like that. There's also an Australian Guineas winner in there as well that I didn't spot, called Fine Society. It's quite closely related to it as well. It's actually an interesting one because it's actually quite, if you people look, it's actually quite closely related to Pretty Polly, this horse. Pretty Polly was a foundation mare of herself. You'll see there that she actually started 14C. We're currently on a 14B at the minute. We're not far off. It's Cresta Run there. Look, we won the 1927 British 1,000 Guineas winner. And she's on here. There she is, you see. About the 8th or 9th dam of the horse. So when people say to you, well, how is this horse so good? I can't see it. Then I've just shown you. It took me a while to see it. I've seen it now. And I think we need to watch this race very closely because this horse here showed a good turn of foot here to beat 2 highly touted stablemates. And that can be quite important.
Here we go then for the Galileo Irish EBF Futurity Stakes.
7 runners lined up. They're off. Very decent break. And the Galileo RSGBF Futurity Stakes is a Group 2 over 7 furlongs, and it is Young Ireland and alongside Lakota 7. Showing in front in these early stages from Apache Outlaw. Written up prominently is Proud and Regal, followed by Hans Andersen, Aesop's Fables, and dropped in last of the 7 is Semblance of Order. As Proud and Regal joins issue with Young Ireland, improving on the outside is Hans Andersen, running the rail in the blue and white is Lakota 7, followed by Aesop's Fables, Apache Outlaw, and a break of a length and a half back to Semblance of Order, the back marker as they reach the halfway stage. And little between Proud and Regal, the Chestnut Cold on the outside, Hans Andersen, driven hard on the inside is Young Ireland, with closing Aesop's Fables, Lakota 7 has dropped back, being followed by Apache Outlaw, and wandering to the centre of the track is Semblance of Order. Just over 2 furlongs to go, and it's Proud and Regal, strongly challenged by Hans Andersen, who goes to the front. Aesop's Fables has 3 lengths to bridge on them in third, gone clear of Apache Outlaw. They're well strung out, and it's Hans Andersen with his stable companion Aesop's Fables coming on the outside, coming with every single stride, and it's Aesop's Fables drawing away from Hans Andersen as Aesop's Fables completes a double full of promise in the Galileo RSGBF Futurity from Hans Andersen and Proud and Regal. A most pleasing afternoon here at HQ for Ryan Moore and Aidan O'Brien.
I mean, you have to say that we said it yesterday when we watched Proud and Regal, our other horse that is looking as though it could be a yardstick more than anything at this stage. I mean, that was easily brushed aside. And that horse there, it showed a good turn of foot, Aesop's Fables, without any shadow of a doubt. And be interesting to see what it can do when it races horses like Noble Style. I mean, you'll see there, that was 5.5 furlongs its first start. It ran to 95. I think Noble Style's first start was 5 furlongs. That was 107. But he's closed it up well with an incredible improvement really there, with 17 from one run to another. One of the biggest we've seen. You know, but it'd still be, I think Noble Style was 116. So it's up there, this one, without any shadow of a doubt, and we'll have to see where it's entered next. You'd expect it to be amazed if it runs in that now. You never know, it's entered in all Champagne Stakes, Champion Juvenile, National Stakes, and then it's entered in all the major races, as you'll see. And this is one we could have some fun with over the next few months, hopefully. It's an interestingly bred horse, because I don't think it's obviously revealed its hand on the track, because everyone will see that and have gone, wow, that's a good horse. But pedigree-wise, it's a sneaky one, because people might not necessarily spot how good this horse is. You know, Grand Lodge was a long time ago, and even then, he was quite an unfashionable horse. But if people look at the stallion record of the horse and how many stakes winners he sired, he was a good sire. And then when you go back to less than 80 years and you're a breed-defining filly like Pretty Polly, I mean, wow. It's a Guineas winner there in between. You know, there'll be other winners there probably. But we've spotted Washington DC, that is not a classic winner, but he is half brother to this horse as well. I mean, very interesting horse, I think, Aesop's Fables.